Welcome to Color Wheel in Oil Pastels. I'll show you how to do your color wheel with your oil pastels and mix oil pastels a proper way so that you get the colors that you need. So first things, I got my color wheel here. It's got 12 equal spaces on it, equal-ish, and obviously we're going to start with our primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and then these other letters, like hopefully you can figure this out. The O stands for orange, so this stands for red, orange, and yellow, orange, and the G stands for green. I think you'll get it. So my last primary color is blue, and I'm already going to try and teach you something that's going to help you when you're coloring with oil pastels. When you get them brand new, they usually come like really flat like that. But that doesn't always work well for coloring because then you get like very liney coloring. So what you want to do is try and wear down and soften the edge. See, hopefully you can see that my oil pastel is nice and rounded. Another thing is you want to have a piece of paper towel nearby because oil pastels smudge on each other when you're coloring with them, and they get dirty very easily, you'll see. So you always need a paper towel around. So I'm just going to fill this in. As you'll see, I know it looks like a crayon. It starts to feel like a crayon in your hand, but when you actually use it, it smudges, and it's kind of like a very buttery crayon. It's oily. It's got oil in it, so that's why it's so smooth and smudgy, as you'll see. Okay. Now, the basic oil pastels that we're giving you have a lot of colors that you already need, like I don't have to mix orange, I already have orange, so I can come in here with my orange and just fill that in, and that's all good. Now, I'll even do the same with my green. Here, check that out. That is one dirty little oil pastel. Okay, so I clean it off, and I'll fill in my green. Now, when it comes to actually mixing your colors for some of these more intricate colors, like the tertiary colors like red, orange, and yellow green, you got to mix your oil pastels together, and there's a process that I like to use. If I'm going to mix red, I'm going to do yellow orange instead. If I'm going to do yellow orange, then yes, I have to mix my yellow and my orange, and I have to build up the color slowly. What I like to do is I typically like to start with the darker color first, and I'll show you why. So in this case, if I want to make yellow-orange, I'm going to take a little spare piece of paper. I'm going to start with my lighter color first, yellow. That's nice. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go over it with orange. I totally blocked it out, and it just looks practically just orange again. I want to be more careful about this. So yeah, the lighter colors, the darker color is the more powerful it tends to be. The lighter the color, the weaker it is. So I like to have my weaker colors sitting on top because they need a little bit more attention. The darker colors are too powerful, so I settle them down by layering them underneath. So what I'll do is, instead of also putting down like a whole harsh layer of the orange and then trying to on top of the yellow, that doesn't work either. So the best way to do this is, yes, you start with your darker color first, and you just lightly put some down, okay? And then the lighter color will actually blend into the darker color really beautifully, and it'll just mix as if, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it's two liquids coming together, and that's because of the oil. So there's an example of that. So again, for my yellow-orange, I'm going to start with my darker color first, put down a little layer, and then the lighter, weaker color sits on top, and the lighter colors are really good at blending into the darker colors, just like that. Okay, I'll do it again with red-orange. Okay, so let's do a little practice over here. I'm confident enough to go right onto the color wheel. So out of the two colors of red-orange, I've determined that red is darker, so it's going to go down first. And my tip isn't exactly softened out yet, like I talked about. And look, I'm getting a lot of lines, but it's okay. We'll figure this out. Okay, and then I'm going to push down with a little bit more force on this one. Okay, and I'm getting a nice little red-orange color. Yay! I'll do one more, okay? Yellow-green. Here we go. out of yellow and green. I do believe that green is a little darker than yellow. So we'll come in very lightly. Okay, just like that, and then you'll see it happen. Woohoo! Yellow mixes into the green nicely, and now I have yellow green. Okay, so that's it. Just fill in the rest of your color wheel, and you'll be good to go.